Welcome, FlipoClock fans. We've got a FlipoClock in here that we're going to do a restore on for someone who sent it in. This clock made its way to FlipoClock Fans Studios from the United States, from the great state of New Jersey. It was sent in by Jenny. Thanks for sending it in. What we've got here is a Panasonic 6003. And as you may know, this is famous for being a movie flip clock. In FlipoClock Fans Top 10 Movie Flip Clock, we rated it number 4 because it appeared in the No Country for Old Men movie from 2007. It was also the flip clock of Sherlock Holmes in the TV show's Elementary. So it is a movie TV flip clock. Now we're looking at giving it a once over. You can see it's got some issues here. We're going to clean that up. We're going to clean the whole clock up. We'll check the radio. Okay, so what's going on here? We might as well get the alarm tested. That's the alarm. I'm always asked what that sounds like. So what we've got is this switch needs to be cleaned. The volume switch needs to be cleaned. Sounds like the motor's making a little noise. And if we do a check out of the numbers here, we're missing the bottom of 35 there, bottom of 48, bottom of 55. So we're missing some numbers here, and of course I haven't checked all the hours. So we're going to get into this clock. Oh, and it's running now. I don't know if it's flipping yet, but it's not lit up. So we've got to replace the light too. Some of these knobs are hard to get off. I'm not worried about this one. This is tight. Aha! Here's one of the digits, missing a tab. There should be others, but I don't see them. Okay, the clock is flipping. Okay, so I've got to work on getting this off. All right, well, I'm going to try to get that off. So I'm just using some Gorilla Tape to try to get a good grip. I've had a lot of other good advice on how to do this. You can use twine. You can put twine up under there, sometimes under these knobs. I just don't want to try to force this one off. I had an incident recently where I was working on a Copal 227 and the knob shattered from that. It came right off. So it's the metal here that gets stuck to the metal post. This should come off now. Oh, it's not going to listen to me. Sometimes I feel like if I could warm that up a little, say with like with like a hair dryer, if I warm that up, it may want to loosen up a little bit. Okay. No damage. It was just stuck. Warming it up did help. I would be careful, of course. No damage at all. Look how pretty that is. It's nice. So everything's good. So let's press on. What do you say? Alright. So to get this sucker out, we want these two screws out. I want you to look on the bottom there. You see some scarring, and you'll notice that it's black. It's got some black in color. I've tried to explain this to people. I don't think I'm believed. That is caused by the cord. So the cord has been resting up against that clock long term. It will, and it scars it. It will melt into that clock. And that's a prime example. It looks like it's been whipped. Okay, so there's your one speaker thing. Mount. And that's caused from long term. It's been sitting on the cord. Now, some people send in clocks to me. I've gotten a clock recently on eBay. We worked on it on the live stream last night. If you had joined me for that, thanks for being there. As you know, those of you who were there, it was just a piece of cake what we did. It was just really nice to quickly zip through that. There's a video coming up on some of that. Okay, so here's our speaker. You don't want any solvents on this. And you'll notice it's in really good shape. This wants to get punctured. So as soon as I can, I'm going to put that in a baggie with stuff. Okay, so that needs to come off first. But anyway, it was a long process last night. But anyway, that one of those clocks that I had worked on had the cord wrapped around it, and I'll see that quite often. Don't ever do that for long-term storage. You'll ruin your clock. I want that out because it's going to want to get lost anyway. So I want to put those up. Now everything should just slide out if my calculations are correct. We've got to protect that speaker. So that's our project. So we're going to clean up. We've got to protect that speaker. We've got to try to find the flip tiles, which I'm starting to think's not there. We've got to replace the bulb. It is not a neon bulb, so we're going to replace it with a comparable bulb. I usually use a 15 milliamp 12 volt bulb, and garbage. So we've got to take this switch here. This is the culprit. I'm going to squirt some contact cleaner in there. You can use any contact cleaner. Today I'm using one called CRC-226. It's going to go. I'm going to squirt it in there, and then just work it back and forth. Believe it or not, that's all that needs. I got to watch that speaker. I need to put that up. I'll probably do that another time. This is the potentiometer for the volume, so this is going to help the situation as well. So I got to find the opening, which I think there it is. So in this clock, it's a big one. I'm able to squirt some of this stuff in here, in that opening, and then just work that. I'll blow it out with some compressed air. We've got to go into the FlipoClock dungeon and find my parts clock. Now, as far as the cleanup here, you really shouldn't try to get this face out. It would be the optimal way to clean it. Now this one's, you got a tab here, but they've glued it here. I don't know if you can see that. You're going to end up cracking something or breaking something. The best way is you're going to use Windex, spray that in there because that takes off a lot of this garbage. It takes all this soot out of here. and then rinse it, and then rinse it real good. You can see how foggy that is. And so that's going to go in there, and it's going to clean that up. We're going to try to polish this up, preserve all this goodness, and get this real clean. We're going to get our digits from here. Now, I did want to show you about this light. Now, it is an incandescent light, but I'm going to show you the power. So that's it. It's a bulb that is underpowered. So it's underpowered to give just a little bit of a glow, not a bright white glow. So that's the way this works. All right, so we're going to get our digits. I'm going to show you how to do that. Before I do, you can see here more scarring. More scarring, and it's from the cord. So what you want to do is you take the digit. Now I'm using my finger, my index finger here, and I'm bowing it up in the middle. So that the tab's clear without getting bent. And you do the opposite to put it in here. So sometimes I'll probably put one end in like so, bow with the finger that's underneath there, and get that into place. Okay, there's that one. There we go. We're going to replace that bulb. Yes, we are. And then get everything back together. Demonstrate the radio's working. And let's get this party started. I don't think there's no reason to show me doing this. You basically find the leads. There they are. You'll hit some heat here and some heat here and pull that out. Replace the bulb. You see that? Right there. The motor is making a little noise. We're going to have to oil that, and hopefully that'll fix that. So let's go ahead and get, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and get the clock out so that we can oil the motor. It's a 5.5 millimeter socket. Again, we've got a lock washer there over the shroud. See how that stopped when I touched it? It definitely needs oil. So if you stop it and release it, it should start right back up. Drop a drop of oil in one of those holes so that it falls down on the inside towards this rotating part. Sometimes it helps to pulse the can in and out like so, very gently. Now if I stop it, it starts right back up. Making no noise. This thing's ready to roll. So here we are. We've got to the end. We've got the clock cleaned up pretty good. It's flipping fine. We've cleaned up the bottom a little bit. We'll check out the radio now.
Samuel, and we'll also talk about insulation, of course.
That's your AM.
4 flat for mile 16.
That's your FM. Everything's clear as a bell. The sleep function works. We'll check the alarm. So that's it. The Panasonic 6003, the No Country for Old Men flip clock, back in business. Well, thanks for taking the time.